My name is Koichi Ariake. I'm a 26-year-old engineer working at Furue Technology. This is a mid-sized IT company that has been around for over 20 years, offering good pay and plenty of benefits. On top of that, there's hardly any overtime. It's been 4 years since I joined, thinking it was a great place to work, and while the promises were true, I never thought the work would be this boring. Furue Technology is a company that manages the IT infrastructure of its group companies. We handle the operation and maintenance of servers and networks for the entire group, playing an important role. If something goes wrong, we need to respond immediately, or the whole group will be affected. It's a job with serious responsibilities, or at least that's what I was told when I was a rookie. But troubles happen maybe once a month, if any. Every day, I just follow the same steps to check the system. This is boring. Do I have to keep doing this for years? This movie is hilarious. I heard that voice from beside me. That's Shota Mishiba, a 28-year-old engineer and my senior. This guy, he spends most of his work hours watching movies or playing mobile games. Not just him, but many people in the company pass the time doing unrelated tasks. As long as you handle emergency troubleshooting and the daily screen operations, you are free to do whatever you like in this company. When I first joined, I tried to be proactive. If we implement this system, it would significantly improve efficiency. It also has great scalability for the future. No, why would we increase it? We are already bored as it is. That's when I realized what the company atmosphere was like. I knew it was pointless to speak up, so from then on, I just sat back and collected my paycheck. I know it's an easy job, but... Then one day, I was called out by my friend from college, Katsuyoshi Eto, and heard some surprising news. You are starting your own game company? But you were so happy to get into a good company. Yeah, I came up with this amazing idea, but they told me it wouldn't fly at the company, so I decided to go for it. So Koichi, will you join me? You said you wanted to make games, right? Having you as an engineer would be a great help. Huh, that's a lot to ask on short notice. Alright, then just listen to my presentation first. I even prepared materials. For about an hour, Katsuyoshi presented his game idea to me. If you match two number 1 cherries, they turn into number 2 strawberries, and ultimately, you aim for number 8 watermelon. A simple one-idea indie game designed for easy reactions and gameplay for streamers, huh? As expected from someone who worked at a famous game company, the plan is solid and on trend. With a game this small in scale, Katsuyoshi and I should be able to handle it ourselves. You know, if I'm gonna work, I want it to be for a dream. I want to focus on something meaningful. The word meaningful shakes me even more. I've been feeling uneasy and unfulfilled in my current job. I want to do more fulfilling work. Alright, let's do it! Really? Thanks! And so, I chose to walk the path with Katsuyoshi. Shortly afterward, I began preparing to leave the company. The rumor had already spread, and I became the subject of ridicule among my colleagues. He's quitting, and apparently starting a game company with his college buddy.
What an idiot. Acting like a kid at his age? He finally got into such a good company too.
Good pay, good benefits, an easy job with no overtime, and you can watch movies at work. Leaving such a great workplace? It's obvious he'll regret it later. Sure, this company might be perfect for people like Mishiba-senpai. But no matter how many years I spend here, my skills won't improve. No matter what they say, I had no doubts left. Thus began the days of relentless work at the new company, Lovekoi Games, far beyond what I had imagined. Look at all these bugs! There's no way we can handle this alone! Should we just hire some debuggers? No, our funds are limited. If we're going to spend, it should go toward game resources. I'll power through the testing and bug fixing myself. Cutting down 100 test cases! Koichi, I'm glad I asked you to join. I'm going in too. Energy drink elixir! It felt like time, which had been stagnant, suddenly started moving, and I was on fire. After that, number 8 Watermelon was successfully released, becoming a massive success that even sparked a brief internet craze. We used the sales from that to expand the company, with Katsuyoshi as CEO and me as vice president and general producer. Daily study became essential. During lunch breaks, on the commute, I was always studying game development. So this development tool is trending now. It does seem convenient. I've been looking into it too. I have a development environment set up at home. Really? Then can you teach me sometime? I didn't have weekends off, and in modern terms, it was extremely black or unethical, but I was full of fulfillment. After several failures, we had a string of hits. Then a new opportunity arose for Lovekoi Games. Everyone, we've secured a deal to develop and run the social game for that popular IP. Really? If we develop the social game for that hit manga, our company's recognition will skyrocket. Let's start recruiting more staff immediately. The social game was a huge success, supporting Lovekoi Games' operations for over 5 years. With that revenue, 5 years after its founding, Lovekoi Games finally began developing a consumer game. It means a video game, and it's vastly different from a social game in terms of budget, time, and personnel, but it's also more rewarding because you can put so much into it. The time has finally come. It felt both long and short. Has it already been 5 years? It's gone by in a flash because I've been so busy every day. We can do this with our current team. Let's keep recruiting more people as we go. We now have about 150 employees, but with this, our team will continue to grow. Meanwhile, a wave of change was finally hitting Furui Technology. Wait, the entire group is revamping its system? Yes, and we'll need to update our systems to match. We'll be dealing with more issues for a while, so it's gonna get busy. Seriously? That's such a hassle. Well, I'll just do the usual half-assed job, and I'll be fine. After 2 years of development, Lovekoi Quest sold 200,000 copies, becoming a hit. It received an unexpectedly strong response from overseas, leading to a series, which now has over 800,000 copies sold. Other hits followed, and now, 10 years since the founding of Lovekoi Games, it has grown into a company with over 300 employees. Alright, the plan is starting to come together. Let's refine this for the next planning meeting and call it a day.
Yes, thank you.
This is Kaho Taketani, a 24-year-old planner who joined 2 years ago. She learned about us through Lovekoi Quest, and her passion is second to none among the employees.
I'm exhausted. Vice President, would you like some coffee? I can make you some. I've already brought some. Here you go, both of you.
Thank you, Umezawa-san. This is Yukine Umezawa, a 29-year-old planner who has worked various jobs before settling here 2 years ago. Though they're different in age, she and Kaho joined around the same time, making them both colleagues and rivals.
I thought the Vice President didn't get involved in development.
I'm only not involved with Lovekoi Quest. I plan to step back entirely from it in the future.
It's a series after all. I really enjoy working with you, Vice President, so it's a bit disappointing.
Thank you. I'd love to be more involved, but it's tough with the organizational structure. But I still want to keep working as a developer, so if you all agree, I'd love to get involved.
Of course!
A few days later, I had an appointment to meet with the two of them for a meeting at a cafe. It was a new place I had been wanting to try.
The Vice President said he'd be a bit late because the meeting ran long. He's in high demand everywhere. It's great to see how everyone relies on him. He's so passionate. You're passionate enough yourself. More than me, at least. Huh? Umezawa-san? I hardly played games before I joined this company. I'm terrible at pretending, putting up a front or flattering others. I can't help but argue until I'm satisfied, no matter who I'm talking to. I can't see that in you, Umezawa-san. That's why I've always clashed with someone at every workplace and ended up leaving. I've been rejected in so many interviews, and even the jobs I finally got didn't last. This company was just one of many I applied to. But during the interview, the vice president told me this.
Wanted to discuss things until you're satisfied is a strength. It means you take your work seriously.
But won't that kind of employee be a hassle for the company?
Here we debate for 5 hours over a character's outfit. The president and I have always been stubborn. So, working with someone like you might help us create something even better. Would you like to work here?
I felt saved by those words. I wanted to work hard for this person. But compared to others, my passion for games is low. And I hear you had us as your first choice, so... That's not true. I'm actually envious of how efficient you are, Umezawa-san. I've been a fan of Love Koi Quest and knew about the vice president even before I joined. I was so excited when I found out we'd be working together. But I'm slow at work, lack skills, and I'm not very smart. I'm honestly overwhelmed by the skill gap, especially with someone like you who's so driven. Well, he's probably just one of those people who were born to do this work. We're in different leagues.
That's a bit of an overstatement. I wasn't born to make games. I spoke up from behind the two of them.
Vice President, how long have you been listening?
Sorry, it was an interesting conversation, so I couldn't help myself. I sat down and called a waiter to place an order. Before getting to the main topic, I continued the conversation. I used to spend my days doing nothing but the same repetitive tasks in a company that had no productivity. Of course, I liked games and wanted to develop them, but without the president's invitation, I wouldn't have taken the plunge. But after making games, seeing so many people enjoy them, and meeting colleagues like you, it's okay for passion and purpose to come later. The important thing is to keep moving forward, even just a little.
You're right, Vice President. Thank you. I'm going to work hard to become someone like you, Vice President.
Just then, a waiter, who had finished serving another customer, came to take her order. Have you decided on your order yet? Wait, Ariake? Huh? Could it be Mishiba-senpai? The waiter was none other than Shota Mishiba, the senior I used to work with at Furui Technology. Yo, what a coincidence meeting you here. Yes, it is. So, since then... I was about to ask how things have been, but stopped myself at the last moment. I remembered hearing from Katsuyoshi that there were rumors about turmoil within Furui Technology. And now, Mishiba-senpai is working as a waiter at a cafe. I could guess what might have happened. After you quit, the whole group slowly started moving toward updating the system. Naturally, Furui Technology, which handled the infrastructure, also needed to change its system, but they couldn't update it, right? Because the system was too old. It's a 20-year-old system. Nobody knew how it worked. How could we update it? Yes, the downside of an outdated system. The impact fell more on the people inside the company than the company itself. So we ended up having to rebuild the system from scratch. Even without hearing the details, I knew how it ended. They only knew how to operate that system. No, they didn't even know how to operate it. They just followed the manual and performed the same steps every day. So when the system was replaced, they had to start learning from scratch, but they couldn't keep up. That's understandable. After nearly 10 years of slacking off, their diligence must have rusted. In the end, I, along with many others, were laid off. They said we were useless. I've been scraping by on part-time jobs and looking for work for nearly 2 years now. But this is how I am. What are you doing now, Ariake? You left to start a game company, right? Well, since you're from Furui Technology, business must be tough, huh? Close to bankruptcy? We're still going. I'm currently the vice president and producer. Vice president? What company? Love Koi Games, but... Huh? The company that developed Love Koi Quest? Suddenly, Mishiba-senpai moved closer to me, putting on a fake smile. Hey, Ariake, Hire me. We used to work together, right? Huh? I can't make such decisions on the spot. Please apply through the recruitment page. Don't say that! I'm begging you! It's all up to you! Mishiba-senpai blatantly asks for backdoor entry, making Umezawa-san and Taketani-san uncomfortable. Don't worry, even I can make a game. Plus, I was an engineer until recently, so I'm an immediate asset, right?
Make a game? Immediate asset.
The two who had been watching silently finally flinched. By the way, do you play games often? Huh? Nah, I mean, I'm too old for games. You don't play either, right? You're just making them. I spend about 20 hours a week gaming. What? What? Seriously? Must be nice being a vice president, huh?
Huh?
Both of them shouted in anger, stepping up to Mishiba-senpai.
Don't joke about Vice President being free, even as a joke. I'd love to show you how many reference books are piled on the Vice President's desk. He leaves the office early because he doesn't want to burden the employees. But he works harder, studies more, and finds time to game. Everyone knows this.
Overwhelmed by the two, Mishiba-senpai falters.
If you're an immediate asset as an engineer, why are you still job hunting? Well, from what I've heard, it sounds like the technology you were using isn't in demand anymore.
What? It's not my fault. That's all they needed at work. Then the company laid me off. It's not my fault. It's the company's fault for not teaching me more. And society too. This country's too hard on professionals who specialize in one skill. Traditional skilled workers should be protected by the government. Don't you agree? His relentless self-defense was unbearable to listen to, leaving everyone at the table speechless and grimacing. Sure, protecting traditional skilled workers is important, but blaming the company or the country for your lack of skills is wrong. And Mishiba-senpai's skills are more outdated than traditional.
I also tend to speak frankly in interviews, but not to this extent. I'm starting to get a headache.
Even if he hired you now, Mishiba-senpai, you wouldn't be able to keep up with that attitude. What was common knowledge a few years ago could be the opposite a few years later. That's a daily occurrence in this industry. So if you don't keep studying and honing your skills, you'll easily be left behind. You're paying the price now for coasting through life without self-improvement. Damn it! Don't get all high and mighty just because you're a vice president. You're just a lucky bastard who got invited by an old friend at the right time and rode the wave. If I had the same chance, I'd... That's not something I can let slide. The person who spoke up wasn't me, but someone who had just arrived on the scene. You sound like Koichi succeeded without any effort. You have no idea.
President Eto, what are you doing here?
I came to pass on some information about our next meeting. I heard from Koichi that you'd be here. I saw the commotion, so I watched for a bit, but I couldn't stand your nonsense anymore. Katsuyoshi answered, glaring at Mishiba-senpai with an expression I had never seen before. For the past 10 years, I've seen how hard Koichi has worked. I won't tolerate anyone insulting my best friend. If you had been working hard and honing your skills daily, you wouldn't have been laid off, would you? Even the company judged you to be a useless employee. You didn't build trust with them. That's the reality. The difference between you and Koichi isn't luck. It's the difference between how seriously you've taken your job and what you've built up over time. Take back what you said about Koichi. Right now. Shut up! I didn't do anything wrong. Hi. You guys don't understand anything. With that, Mishiba-senpai ran off.
He left without even taking our order.
I listened to the sighs of the two and thanked them. Thanks, everyone. After that, the chef from the kitchen came out in a panic, apologizing profusely, and the matter was resolved. Now, as for Mishiba-senpai, I'm nearly 40. Nobody will hire me. Damn, my back hurts. Hey newbie, what's taking so long? Hurry up and move it. It seems he's been scraping by, moving from one part-time job to another. Damn it! Being bossed around by some kid! Judging by this, it seems unlikely he'll change anytime soon. Since then, Umezawa-san and Takitani-san have become even more motivated and passionate about their work.
Vice President, my proposal is done. Please check it. No, mine was finished first. So please check mine first.
You've both finished already? There's still more than 2 days until the deadline.
After hearing your words that day, I couldn't just sit around and rest. I realized I need to push myself harder. I'm going to work harder than anyone to be recognized by you, Vice President. Please continue to guide and support me, Vice President. And I'm going to make sure you see me not just as a colleague, but as a woman. Before her.
Whoa, the energy from both of them is intense. Why are they like this? Haha, you're quite clueless, Koichi. No matter the workplace or job, if you don't maintain your drive to improve, you'll eventually be left behind by the times. But as long as you don't neglect that effort, I believe you can continue to walk your path, unaffected by changes in the times. Now, as Vice President, I can't always remain a developer. But from now on, I'll do my best to make this company a place where employees can pursue their dreams and find fulfillment.
This is my first time coming to a place like this. Thank you for bringing me here, Toshiki-san. Looking around the store, he, Rintaro Hakamada, gave me a pure smile. My name is Aragaki Toshiki. I'm 33 years old. Rintaro is a business partner and a 29-year-old friend of mine. Haha, you're welcome. Rintaro, you'll be able to come to places like this anytime from now on. I am who I am today thanks to you, Toshiki-san. He is a young president managing a woodworking shop and is also a woodworker himself. At first, Rintaro appeared before me solely as a business partner. With his good character, straightforwardness, and sincerity, it didn't take long for us to become friends. It's thanks to your own hard work, Rintaro. But I like how you can genuinely appreciate others like that. Toshiki-san, Hey, Rintaro, stop reacting like that. Yeah, too late. When I come to this store with my friends, sometimes this kind of death by respect phenomenon happens. Why? By the way, actually, there's someone I'd like to introduce to you, Toshiki-san. Someone you want to introduce to me? Yes, it's my sister. She says she wanted to meet you and thank you. Rintaro, you have a sister? I see. In that case, I should also thank her for all the help you've given me, Rintaro. This is kind of... Is this what a marriage introduction feels like? Introducing someone important to your family is nerve-wracking. It's not my fault. Huh?
Anymore. I can't do it.
A few days later, I made plans to visit Rintaro's house. Toshiki-san, this is my sister, Hakamada Yuzu.
Hello, Toshiki-san. I'm so happy. I've always wanted to meet you.
My sister worked as a hostess to earn money for my tuition. I'm so grateful to her.
Oh, dear Rintaro. I told you that you don't need to worry about things like that anymore because we're family.
Huh? What? So cute!
Rintaro, it's great that you met someone as wonderful as Toshiki-san and got his help. You need to repay him, right? Of course I'll help too.
I was at a loss for words, struck by her overwhelming cuteness. Watching her gently smile at her brother Rintaro, I feel like I might cry. Moved by the sibling love before me, I felt a wave of emotion rising within. As I quietly observed the two of them,
Toshiki-san, is something wrong?
Oh, no, it's nothing. I was just thinking that you have a wonderful sister.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I ended up calling you so familiarly. Rintaro always just calls you Toshiki-san, so I just...
Yuzu-san blushed slightly at my words. Her innocence is quite similar to Rintaro's. No, I'm happy. Can I call you Yuzu-san too?
Of course.
Oh no, I can't help it. I'm falling in love. Yuzu-san showed such an honest reaction that it pierced my heart. Even though he's my Toshiki-san. That day, I fell in love with Hakamada Yuzu-san at first sight and decided to approach her.
The food at this restaurant is really delicious.
It really is. It was my first time too, so I'm glad I came with Yuzu-san.
Huh? Well, Toshiki is really forthright.
Cute. Hey, Toshiki-san, sister, I'm here too. We started by meeting just the three of us. That's because I thought it would be easier for Yuzu-san to accept the invitation. It's not because I think my feelings will get out of control and she'll be put off. Never. And sometimes I often took Yuzu-san to her favorite places. This time, at her request, we came to the nearest spa resort. Rintaro is with us too. By the way, Rintaro, did Yuzu-san become a hostess to pay for your tuition? When I asked, Rintaro started talking nostalgically about the past. Yes, actually, my parents had an accident when I was in middle school. Since then, it's just been my sister and me. Apparently, Rintaro and his sister have no relatives, so they use part of their parents' insurance money to have a private funeral for just the two of them.
Rintaro, you have a dream of becoming a woodworker, like your father, right? I don't have anything I particularly want to do in the future, so I thought I'd just get a job for now and get married when the time comes. That's why it's fine like this. I want to send you to a school so you can achieve your dream, so leave it to your sister.
After that, my sister didn't enter the university she was supposed to and started working right after high school. Apparently, Yuzu-san was originally a reserved and quiet person, and she worked desperately at her job as a hostess. Then, Rintaro quietly spoke again. My sister used to cry often while hiding from the family during high school. What? Even so, my sister went to school without taking a break. She always acted strong in front of the family. Rintaro said that she probably had a hard time at school back then. Even so, she desperately attended high school and worked hard to get into university. That's why I studied hard and decided to start my own business to repay my sister. I thought that if I became independent and my business took off, my sister could live her life comfortably. Feeling the bond of kindness that connected the siblings, I approached Rintaro and patted his head. I see, both of you have worked hard for each other. I'll do anything to help the two of you. Toshi, thank you. Meanwhile, Yuzu-san, who was enjoying the hot spring separately from us, was...
This is happiness. Huh? Are you Hakamada Yuzu? Kayo-chan! It's been a while.
Yuzu, who unexpectedly encountered a former classmate in the women's bath, was confused. Naturally, I couldn't join them, and I had no idea this was happening. Just after leaving the stone sauna, I came to the outdoor bath with Rintaro to rinse off the sweat. Rintaro, why are you bathing so far away? I never heard that your muscles were so strong. I can't get any closer. I won't throw you, so let's talk while we enjoy this. Wait, Toshi! While enjoying the hot springs, puzzled by Rintaro's strange fluster, and... Phew! I decided to let the overheated Rintaro rest in the break area.
Rintaro, are you okay?
He seemed to have gotten dizzy because of me.
Because of Toshi? What happened? A lap pillow?
Thus, we deepened our bond through repeated interactions. And then one day, it was just me and Yuzu-san without Rintaro. Actually, today was a date disguised as buying a birthday present for Rintaro. I'm glad we found a good present, Yuzu-san.
Yeah, I'm sure Rintaro will be happy. Thank you for coming with me, Toshiki-kun.
As we spent time together, we realized we were both 33 years old and quickly hit it off. Now we speak casually without honorifics. Yuzu-san, is something wrong? You look upset.
Oh, well, Toshiki-kun, what did you think when you heard I was a hostess?
Huh? What do you mean? I thought it was admirable how hard you worked for your brother, Rintaro.
Is that all?
I think being a hostess is a tough job. That's why I find it impressive. She seemed surprised by my words. Perhaps she lacked confidence in herself.
You see, I used to be reserved and plain. People always said being a hostess didn't suit me. It's a glamorous world, and maybe it's not for me. And now I'm 33. I feel like I've reached my limit.
She worked desperately to protect her brother. Now she couldn't see what lay ahead in her future. When I look at you, Yuzu-san, you remind me of someone. Hakamada Yuzu-san, I have a proposal. Could you listen for a bit?
Huh?
That day, I finally shared what I had been thinking with Yuzu-san. A few months later, I was again out with the Hakamada siblings at the shopping mall. Yuzu-san, let me carry your bags.
No, it's okay. I haven't bought anything heavy yet.
You've been tired from your new job lately, right? It's okay to lean on me sometimes. Look, I'll carry one of Rintaro's bags too. Such a gentleman again today. I like him.
Oh? Wow! It's you again. The plain girl who became a hostess. Are you on a date with a customer?
A woman addressed Yuzu, making a snide remark. I glanced at Yuzu to see her reaction.
Misabi-san.
Her gloomy expression said it all. She clearly didn't want to see this person.
Being a hostess must be tough without any days off. Hey, Torizu-kun, this is the girl I told you about.
Could she be the classmate Kayo said she met at the spa bath a while ago? From the conversation, it seemed that the woman in front of us was Kayoko Misabi, and the man beside her was Torizu, presumably her boyfriend.
That's right. Pathetic, isn't it? She gave up on going to university and became a hostess right out of high school.
It seems that recently, without Rintaro or me knowing, Yuzu had been running into her. She had probably been subjected to similar cruel words.
Despite being plain and reserved, she was always good at flattering men. Remember, you seduced the guy I liked. That's not true. I never. That's an obvious lie. It's scary. I shouldn't have told you who I like. And now you have two handsome guys with you. How do you manage to seduce them?
Kayoko's words were filled with long fermented spite, as ugly as sludge. Hey, stop it! If you say anything more, I won't forgive you. I'm her brother. Don't hurt her with your assumptions.
Brother? Oh, I see. It's a pity your sister is a hostess. Maybe I should comfort you.
What? How dare you? You don't know anything, so stop saying such things. My sister worked hard for my education. Don't belittle her.
Ooh, you must really love your sister. But too bad. She was a loner in school.
In high school, Kayoko Misabi confessed her feelings to the guy she liked. However, the one he loved was...
What? No, it can't be. Why would he choose such a plain girl?
It seems that the man Kayo liked said he was in love with Yuzu Hakamada. He had secretly fallen for Yuzu's kindness. After confessing and learning this fact, Kayoko Misabi one-sidedly harbored resentment towards Yuzu. She spread false rumors that Yuzu was a bitch pretending to be modest while flirting with men, which caused Yuzu to become isolated.
I never even talked to him. Why?
So, it was you who made my sister cry back in high school. Hey, calm down. Who gave you permission to attack my girlfriend? I'm an elite who works at the famous company Koigataki Manufacturing. Do you think it's wise to defy me? Your company is irrelevant to protecting my sister. You're pretty cheeky. How about I go to your sister's store and hassle her for you? Ha 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 ha! Seeing his unpleasant look, I stepped in front of Yuzu to shield her and confronted Torizu. Do you have any intention of apologizing? Huh? Who do you think you are, talking down to me? It seemed he had no intention of changing his attitude. I see. You don't intend to apologize. Understood. Don't act tough in front of a woman. The man grinned unpleasantly as he said that. Then, quietly, someone began to speak.
It's been a while, Mr. Torizu.
Eh?
Oh, you don't recognize me in my normal appearance? Even though you were so obsessed with me.
Torizu froze at Yuzu's words, staring at her, and then he suddenly turned pale. Wait, are you Suzu-chan? You look so different from when you worked at the club.
You finally recognized me. Have you still been visiting the club since I left?
Suzu was Yuzu's stage name. It seems he was a regular customer.
What is this? Have you been going to the hostess club behind my back?
I couldn't help it. It's for business, and she was the top hostess at my favorite club.
Don't mess with me. Why, of all people, why do you also have feelings for Yuzu? Being obsessed with a hostess is the absolute worst.
The couple's argument escalated into a lover's quarrel, drawing attention from those around them. How embarrassing!
Kayoko-chan, I can't forgive you for belittling hostesses. Everyone works hard for their own reasons. Don't speak as if you understand with such a narrow perspective.
Even after feeling age limit her and retiring from that job, Yuzu is proud of her life. Realizing that Yuzu had stolen the hearts of two men she liked, Kayoko left with a frustrated expression. And a few days later, they were seen walking through the company entrance.
If you go to a hostess club again, we're definitely breaking up.
I get it! You're a better woman than she is, Kayoko, right?
You do understand.
Kayoko Misabi was pleased with the man's words. It seems they had reconciled.
You're the one from the other day.
Huh? Who's this guy?
Idiot. Leave the bird brain to your name only. Remember the other day.
Kayoko Misabi's voice echoed through the entrance. The person they were looking at was... Hello? Standing in a suit? Yes, that's me. Why are you here? Oh, I get it. You're here for sales, right? That's a tough job, huh? Must be hard bowing and scraping to clients. Yes, it is, but I was impressed by a man who worked so hard in sales. For the sake of what was important to him, he was desperately running around. I thought it was really cool. Huh? Who are you talking about? It's Rintaro Hakamada, whom you ridiculed the other day. I was moved by him. Oh, that annoying guy? I don't get it. Why would you be impressed by a guy who leeches off his sister? During their exchange, no, ever since that day, an important memory that has been etched in my mind keeps replaying. It was connected to the reason why I often felt a surge of emotion when I saw the Hakamada siblings.
Doshiki, it's okay. Your sister is here for you, so go for it.
Mizuki Nigaki, who strongly patted my back and smiled at me. Yes, my now deceased sister.
You always admired Dad, right? Don't give up and try. I'll help you. It's okay. You can do it, Toshiki.
And so I decided to take over my father's company. My sister also helped me elevate the company. She was amazing. Good morning, President Toshiki, President Mizuki.
Good morning. Let's have a great day, everyone.
My sister and I took over from our father as co-CEOs, aiming for further company growth. And now we have many subsidiaries and affiliated companies. Yes, it's because of my sister that I am who I am today. But a few years ago, my sister had an accident while on a business trip and never returned.
Wait a minute. I've heard of this. The famous sibling CEOs.
Isn't that the story of our parent company?
The industry's top sibling CEOs, Nigaki, right?
Just as they were about to realize something, it happened. President Nigaki, thank you for taking the time to visit us today. It was the sales manager of Koigataki Manufacturing. He greeted me with a smile. What are you doing here? Manager, we were just greeting President Nigaki. Actually, Koigataki Manufacturing, where they work, is a subsidiary of my company. By the way, Rintaro's woodworking shop is affiliated with us, and I supported their business. Yes, they kindly mentioned that I seem to be doing groveling sales. What? Hey, you two! What have you done to the president of our parent company? That's a misunderstanding. This is just... You ingrates who can't even grovel properly. You call yourselves salespeople, but you can't even do your jobs properly. Apparently, their poor sales performance had finally incurred the wrath of the sales manager. I will report this incident to the president and inform you of your punishment later. Be prepared and apologize immediately, you fools. We're so sorry. Misabi and Torizu bow their heads to the ground in apology. I don't mind, but show some sincerity to the Hakamada siblings. Then, the pleasant sound of heels clicking approached.
President? What is this?
There stood Yuzu, who had transferred to her brother's company dressed in a suit. I had previously proposed to her that she quit being a hostess and transfer to Rintaro's company. In that case, I would provide her with work from my company and support her. Today, Yuzu was scheduled to visit clients with me, in place of the busy craftsman Rintaro.
No way! Yuzu is like that?
After that, Kayoko Misabi's boyfriend, Torizu, was given a disciplinary dismissal for his actions against the parent company. Hey, you! Just because you're the president of a small company, don't get cocky! And for some reason, he held a grudge against Rintaro and charged at him, but I happened to be there. Have you forgotten? I told you to show sincerity. Do you want more punishment? Eek, that's right! He had apparently forgotten that Rintaro had me as a backer. Torizu is truly hopeless. And Kayako Misabi also received a disciplinary dismissal.
Hey, President Nigaki! Why don't we go to a hot spring together sometime?
She tried to seduce me, but I'm not the type to fall for it, because... Sorry, but I'm Yuzu's fiancé and I'm crazy about her. You're not even on my radar.
Sorry, Kayoko-chan. No way! I lost again!
Yes, there was one more thing I proposed that day. I confessed to her. Transferring to Rintaro's company and becoming my girlfriend, Yuzu agreed to both with a smile. I'll protect you, who is trying so hard to protect your dear brother.
Toshiki-kun, thank you. I want to support you too. Leave it to me.
I fell in love at first sight with Yuzu Hakamada. Maybe I saw a bit of my sister, Mizuki, in her. Toshiki-ni-san, over here, over here!
Come on, Rintaro. It's too soon to call him brother.
What are you blushing for, sis? If you keep that up, I'll marry Toshiki-san.
No!
What are you two fussing about? I felt a warm push on my back.
Toshiki, be happy.
Sis? I turned around, but no one was there. Yet, I definitely felt a warm love pushing me. The love of someone who wants to devote their life to a dear person is not something you find everywhere. The one who gives you that love is not necessarily a blood relative. Today, somewhere in the world, such love is wrapping around someone and illuminating their heart. May the wish for a loved one's happiness someday bloom into a great flower that spreads all over the world.